Today we are talking back to school pantry prep and more with Christine Stone of Neatly Designed, who as a mom knows the morning mayhem when it comes to getting the crew ready for school. So Christine, let's talk about some of your favorite ways to make sure that the back to school busy does not take over your entire home.
Well, the most important thing about getting organized for back to school is making sure you're keeping like items together. So for packing lunches, this cart is great for keeping homework items, art supplies. You can wheel it from room to room. All the paper that comes in.
So many things.
So many things. And although you think we're in a digital world, I have to tell you, a lot of people that I see still have tons of papers coming in. This is great because you can move it from room to room and put each child's name, activity. So this is great. Using clear containers, these stack. You can put crayons, markers, and it teaches kids to pull it out, put the lid back on, and put it back in. And keeping items up off the floor. I am a huge command person because keeping backpacks, hats, coats, just a little bit of space, and you will create, get rid of the clutter that ends up all over the floor.
I love that you mentioned the floor because nothing will just send me into a tailspin more than when I trip over something that's on the floor. I mean, I could go from like to just like immediately tripping over like a bag that I left there.
Or step on a Lego, and I can tell you, you'll never want to step on a Lego again. So these Post-it notes are a favorite. I use them in my business all the time. These are great for notes to put in their lunch boxes, notes to remind you as you're walking out the door. So Post-it notes are invaluable. And then baskets are great for lunch boxes, backpacks. Just make sure you label everything. It helps the kids as well as other family members, your husband, other kids, so everybody knows where everything is. That's how you stay organized.
Yeah, and it's important just to keep that consistency. I love the labels that you picked out here. I found those after the last time you joined us, and I actually put them in my linen closet. So I have all the different levels of sheets and pillowcases and things like that, because then
proud of you.
I was like, this is really just my own progress check-in with Coach Christine over here. And now one of the things that we have to talk about is the pantry, because I feel like that's where kids go immediately. I know that's where I go immediately after work, and sometimes it just looks like a war zone in there, but it also makes packing lunches and getting your own meal prep, because you got to take care of yourself too, a little more challenging. So you've got some hacks for that.
Yes. The most important thing before school starts, clean out your pantry, clean out your fridge, and start from scratch. You want meals to run seamlessly, breakfast to run seamlessly, after home, when they're doing their homework, for snacks. So keeping items together, label the front, and make sure everybody can find what they need, and it won't end up being just a big mess again.
Yeah, and I also think, you've talked about this before, and I know you talk about on your website, Uncluttered and Unfiltered, your podcast, that you also need to make yourself a priority too, because a lot of times moms, parents, they get lost in the mix when it's back to school season and you're just eating dead macaroni off of a plate. We can be better than that. So have maybe a section for your kids' snacks and then a section for parents' snacks. Is that a good idea?
Yes, and separating, like all breakfast items go together. That way in the morning they can grab what they need, because sometimes you're in a hurry and you can't sit down and have a meal, so you want it to be easy to grab and go.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for giving us some of your pro tips here. Now, if we want to stay connected with you, I know you have a ton of great resources online. What's the best way?
I'm Neatly Designed on everything. You can find me on Instagram, on YouTube, all over social media at Neatly Designed.
Awesome. Well, we just want to be like you when you grow up, and we can do it basket by basket. So thanks so much. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more.